Well, it's finally Friday, and I thought I was going to get through the day or the week, or maybe just the day, a couple of days, without doing another rant. I had a provider email me this morning, and she had a couple of issues. So we're going to do another video here shortly about the other issue, but this one is really near and dear to my heart because I know it hit homes with a lot of providers. And more so with behavioral health than even on the medical side. So I'm speaking strictly to my behavioral health providers, therapists, psychologist, psychiatrist, even counselors. This Friday rant is directly for you, is directed towards you, for you, about you, whatever. I don't discriminate. But this is something I see with therapists constantly, and I got a question about it this morning, and I really wanted to address it publicly. So let's say you have a patient with a balance. Maybe it's their deductible, maybe it's a copay that you let stacked up, and you've not collected it because you know their situation. They're coming in for about a divorce. They lost their job, or they're just struggling, and you don't want to add to their stress. And I get that, I really do, but I need you to hear me clearly on this, because this is going to sting a little bit. When you make that decision not to collect, you're not helping the patient. You are making a financial decision on their behalf that is not yours to make. That person makes financial decisions every single day. They buy groceries, they put gas in their car, they pay for that phone they have to put on silent before they walk into your office or they're on video with. You removing yourself from that financial obligation does not protect them. It just means that you absorb the cost while they continue life. And here's a compliance piece. You know it was coming with me. A lot of people don't even think about it. You have a contract with the insurance company, and that contract requires you to collect their cost share, their obligations, their deductibles, their copays, their co-insurance. Those are not optional. Routinely waiving or deferring them without documented financial hardship policy is a compliance issue, and that's not just a business problem. So what do you do when the balance has already grown? Let's start by contacting the patients, and we're going to give them the balance. We're going to say, here's your balance, and let them tell us if they can't pay it in full or not. Most patients, a lot of patients will say, here, I wasn't aware that I had a balance. That's a story for another day. That's another video. But then if the patient, you allow the patient to tell you that they can't afford it, you don't assume that they can't afford it. And when they tell you can't afford it, say, I understand, I'm happy to set up a payment arrangement with you. So the next question that you need to ask them after stating that you're happy to set up a payment arrangement is asking them what can they afford and what type of payment plan are they looking for. This puts the power back into their hands without you having to assume the responsibility. Once they decide on an amount that they can pay and how often that they're going to pay it, the next thing is great. Going forward, every copay deductible for every session or co-insurance that's due will be due at the time of the session, separately from your payment plan. This does two things. It sets a boundary going forward that you're going to require them to pay at the time of the session and not continue to build a balance. But also it's holding your ground that you're going to hold them to a payment plan that they agreed to, they set up, and they decided on what they could afford to pay. This is not harsh. It's a boundary, and it's a boundary you're contractually required to hold. If the patient can't pay, that's another conversation you need to have, and it really needs to happen out loud. It needs to happen between you and them, so you can provide them with resources, and you can document the hardship and make a real decision about how to proceed together. Your job is to treat why they came to you for. Their finances are not yours to manage silently. But if you want help setting this up, as you notice, my shoulders got really tight there because it's a hard conversation even to have with the providers. If you want help setting up a financial policy that's going to protect you and stays compliant, reach out. The link's in the comment.